it's Bruce from the Joinery Business Podcast, and I am joined today by a special guest who's got an amazing business, and I'm sure if you check it out, you'll be amazed like we are. Paul DiBlasi. Said that right, Paul?
Perfect, Bruce.
Wow, That's a first for me. Paul DiBlasi. Paul, I'll let you introduce your business. Tell us your business name and maybe just jump into a little bit of your history and how you got to where you are in business right now.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Bruce. Yeah, well, JFK's been around for 30 years. We've started off with office furniture and then worked our way into the bespoke fit-out game.
Yep.
Previously to myself and Stephen, we had another two directors involved with the business, Dennis and Paul, and we'd been together for over 10 or so years. And then eventually Steve and I had a succession plan for the guys to retire. They were a little bit older than us. In the last few years, we have taken over, and since then we've looked at advancing the business and looking to the future. And we had a fortunate outcome where we could create a new workspace with a purpose-built facility.
Yep.
and bringing in some new equipment to coincide with that.
Beautiful. By the way, welcome to the podcast. I missed that from the very part. So welcome to the podcast. It's great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
I love what your business stands for. I love what you're doing. There's so many businesses, as you probably know pretty well, not only just here in Australia, but right around the world, that stay stuck in sort of smallish mode. And you've jumped right into the sort of sophistication and the technology end, haven't you?
Yeah, well, from the get-go, that's been my background. I've always been involved with IT and advancement in technology.
Yep.
Many moons ago, I was a director of CAD Master software.
Right.
With Mike Garth and Tony Rogers, and
Yep.
together we moved that business down to Melbourne from Sydney, and I enjoyed that time. But it's sort of, I'm a hands-on type of guy, so I've been through the trade and done my certificate, and like to create things with software, but also create things with my hands. So being involved with JFK, that's enabled me to explore those avenues, and we've definitely seen the best of it with our latest issue of equipment. Yeah, we're very excited.
Yeah.
We're seeing some early signs of efficiencies, which is great, and we can't wait till we get fully loaded with work.
So the current operation, as it is right now, how long has the current operation as it is right now been functioning?
Well, we've actually, over Christmas this year, Bruce, we moved from a 5,000 square metre facility into our 3,500. So we're a bit smaller, but we're purpose built. We've got the mezzanine, which gives us another 500 square metres of footprint. We have our hard stand, which is about 2,000. So because we've done the research and worked out where we could utilise the height of the new factory, because we never had the height. So we've got over 11 metres in height. So that was one of the bonuses of the new premises. Mm-hmm. And that gave us the opportunity of incorporating the Grundner's board storage and having our equipment underneath that. And then obviously our modular storage, which holds all our hardware, which has been terrific.
So it's not even a year on yet that new facility has been running. Is that right?
Oh, no. 6 months. Sorry to answer the question. Yeah, 6 months. And we're still at the infancy, we're at the tip of the iceberg. And I reckon give it another 6 months and really see the fruits of what we've done.
So let's just go back a little bit, shall we? And say prior to this current setup, which is it would be a massive step for a lot of people that run a cabinet business to say, oh, man, that's a big operation, or it's a big step up in technology. Describe what your operation was like prior to this one.
Yes, so the operation before that was very similar. It's we still used our Woodtron equipment, which has been really good to work with, and we had a cube storage system, which was like vertical racking.
Yep.
And that was still efficient. We were happy with that, but we needed to hold more material, and that's where the new system come into play. But the old system, we still had a couple of CNCs, we had a beam saw, we had old Wiki point-to-point. It's been going forever.
Yeah.
And all of that worked within what we needed for our business.
Yeah. And prior to that, do you come from an era where we were just using panel saws and cutlass? And
certainly, yeah. I remember iron-on edging, Bruce.
Yeah.
We had to iron and file it off by hand. So
yeah.
Yeah, definitely know the old school way.
The hair
Panel
dryer.
saw, manual cutting lists.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gone through all that, and it has advanced quite quickly, I think, especially when the flatbed routers come into play, and then you'll be able to use your nesting and optimizing. That was a big advancement in our industry.
Yeah. And I guess that's what I look for, right? Because I come from that era too. I remember when there was no CNCs and, and software and fancy stuff, and we were just doing everything manually in the factories. That was when we had to set everything up in the factory floor because there was no CAD program to set it up. What I really enjoy, and I'm really excited to have you on the show, is you're a really good example of how those steps forward, those advances didn't stop at some point. Because what does seem to happen in this industry is people seem to stop and get stuck at a certain stage. And then they get so far behind, it's hard to get caught up to everyone else, right? You don't seem to me like the sort of person that would get stuck. You keep looking for the next thing.
It is a balancing act. You want to get bang for your buck, as they say. So, there's obviously the initial commitment, but if you're making the right decisions and you got the work to output, they complement each other, and then you can look forward to the future. So that's something that we're always looking at progression, but keeping in mind it's costs money.
Yeah.
So
that's right. So you've got to verify a return, right? You spend money and it's got to bring you more money back in.
Yes. Yeah. Correct. Now it's all about saving money. It's not just making money. You want to save money.
Yeah.
The Joinery Business Podcast is sponsored by Flexijet 3D. Flexijet is an automated laser measuring system, the next evolution in digital measurement technology. With seamless CAD integration, easily generate 3D on-site models that integrate directly into your design software. With guaranteed accuracy, Flexijet delivers perfect, high-confidence fits for intricate joinery and complex architectural projects. And the cherry on top, Flexijet has localized support that provides comprehensive solutions and expert technical support tailored for your team. At the Joinery Coach, so many of our clients are using Flexijet every single day, creating full, accurate measurements and saving so much time and energy. Jump on the Flexijet website at flexijet3d.com.au and request your tailored demonstration today.
Which is interesting because it kind of leads me to my next point. Can you describe, you don't want to give all your trade secrets away, of course, but can you describe for us when you are looking at, let's just say a new technology out there, whether that's software or machinery, what is it that you're looking for, and how do you sort of determine, yes, this is going to get me the return that I'm looking for, so we're going to invest another 200 to 300 grand or whatever it is? What's your sort of process around that?
It's definitely governed around time. So time is money, as they say, and especially more and more so in our industry. If we can save time, that's the bonus. We're not necessarily out there to reduce staff. We like to keep our good staff, and if there's new equipment they use, and it's more about making the day quicker, the jobs go out quicker. That's where we save that money.
So you're looking for better flow basically through your factory.
Flow, definitely flow, especially with our software.
Yeah.
Everyone's on the same page, because you got to work through the whole process from estimating. And everyone has their own responsibilities. So the estimators you got to make sure they're putting in the right hours per joinery item, and then the flow on effect with machine shop, and then assembly, and then when it hits site, our project managers have got to make sure that it's all running smoothly. So it's a big beast, but every stage has an importance.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about how you're measuring things? Because so many businesses, it's almost like they're rolling the dice. They're going, great, I think this is going to speed things up, but they don't have any real way of measuring whether it does or it doesn't. What's happening in your business to give you some indications, around efficiencies and stuff like that the investment's been worthwhile?
We're just about to onboard with software called Joinery, which it's a company they're an American-based company.
Yeah, they've been on our podcast actually.
Oh, so they put out microvellum, and we were using microvellum prior. So we saw it as a good fit because we had a few different softwares that we were running to oversee time and dates and etc. So Joinery is what we're rolling out now, and I can see the benefits in this short term that we've got it on board. But I can see the benefits of it. Definitely for the long term.
Yeah. Can you measure growth? Like, you measure from where you were, say, 2 years ago to now? What are you using for your measurement tools? Are you saying size of people? Is it throughput? Jobs you can do? What's your what's your general measurement tool?
I think growth comes to your turnover. So if you can output X amount of dollars per year, then it comes down to your profit margins. So sometimes you know you might have a really good year, but you're not turning over as much at the end. So it's all job specific. We have some cracking jobs, and then we have some really tough jobs where we just like to get through it and move on to the next one. So they're the challenges we face all the time. But it'd be good if we could cherry pick the good ones all the time. But we've got some builders that are involved with us, so we do get given some really good projects to work on.
Nice. How many people on the ownership team, or are you the sole owner?
It's myself and Stephen Couchy, so there's two of us.
Yeah.
We've been together for partners in the business over 12 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
What do you guys do outside of the business to stay happy and healthy and mentally connected and all that stuff?
Well, I know me personally, I have a family of 4 daughters. They definitely keep me active, and I like to go to the AFL footy sometimes, or go out to listen to live music. Yeah, there's lots of different things.
We'll come back to the live music thing in a minute. So how many people on your team in the factory? How many people in the factory roughly?
We've got, we're rolling through about 52. That changes all the time with commitments for site labour. So site labour's on top of that.
Yep.
So, we've got about 52, and then that's split up between factory and office.
If you were to say one thing about your business that stands you out from the industry, like what is it about your business that makes you stand out from the crowd in the industry? What would that one thing be?
I think one of our key attributes is when we get signed up for a job with one of our tier 1 builders, it makes their job a lot easier. So they know we do a lot of legwork, a lot of management from our end to make our job run smoother, but it also affects them as well. So I think our grunt work from our end makes their job a lot easier, and I think they really appreciate that.
Yeah, so you see things from their point of view, right? What is it that makes their life? Yeah. Describe for us a typical job for you. Like you're not doing the small jobs, right? It sounds like you're doing the larger projects.
Yeah, so we like to work on projects ranging from about 1.2 to $9 million. They're in our sort of wheelhouse. Currently, we've got some really good projects that we're working on. AFL's head office, that's just about to kick off, which is a good one for us.
That must make you feel pretty good, eh? Being a footy fan, and you're doing AFL.
Yeah, well, they've got 3 levels. It's going up in Melbourne Quarter, right at the end of Collins Street there. We're doing a nice little lawyer firm fit out called Clayton Utz. That's a nice little fit out, and it was funny enough, we actually did their previous fit out, which was over 10 years ago. So,
right.
And the same architect was on board, which is great. Yeah, so it's good to see some of these jobs. Even we recently just finished AGL's head office, and I remember I project managed that job probably 15 years ago when they first moved into that building. So they have these cycles. A lot of the companies need to upgrade or change their fit outs, and it's interesting that we get some of the return clients.
Yeah, it's nice that they come back, right? You've done a good job when you get them coming back.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
So tell me, what you must look to the future, because you've grown and changed and adapted and advanced year on year by the looks of things. So I would be right in assuming that you're looking to the future now. What do you see in the next year, 2 years, 5 years as the next advancements, either in the industry or for your business?
For our business, personally looking at movement of pallets and stock with a bit of AI, and there's definitely scope there that we're looking at for the next 12 months. So obviously we can manufacture really quick and efficient now, but we want to be able to, there's going to be a bottleneck somewhere. So just got to look at where we can eliminate those bottlenecks with movement of parts and onto once they're assembled, onto dispatch.
Yeah. So what do you think the industry needs right now, Paul? I mean, you've been in the game for a long time, like myself. What are you seeing out in the industry? If you were to tell everybody in the industry one or two things, this is what we need to do as an industry, what would your message be?
I'd like to see more localized manufacturing. Like I know it's been quite prevalent that quite a few joinery items coming from overseas,
Right.
but I like to see more local manufacturing. That would be a good tick for me.
Well, that would be to the customers buying it, right?
Yes,
Yeah, because that
yes.
only happens if people buy it. If we completely reject it altogether, then it gets, so we're on that bandwagon too. We don't need any flat pack coming into this country from any other country in the world. That's for sure.
No, it's just it's
Yeah.
sort of gives everyone a different perspective on we live a life here in Australia that it's at a certain level of standard,
Yeah.
but if we're competing with other countries, it just makes it a lot tougher
Yeah,
to
and
win job.
it's just not necessary. I mean, there's plenty of joiners in this country to service the country itself. But as far as the actual people in the industry go that are watching your business and going, "Wow, that's amazing. How do I do that?" Do you have a message for anybody? I mean, I know you don't want to help the competition too much, but I think you're so far ahead, no one's ever going to catch up, and from that perspective. But
Oh, look, it's very competitive, Bruce, and even in our sector. But I think creating relationships with fellow joiners is a good thing. It's not everyone can win every job. So there's going to be times where there's jobs that can be shared out. So
yeah,
I'd like to see a bit more of that.
a bit more community.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I love that. And that's one of the things we do in our coaching community. We got 50 businesses that come together and they all say, it's great. You can't knock on your competitor's door and say, "Hey mate, can you tell me what you're doing?" But when you join a community like that, you do get that bit
Yeah.
of feedback. All right, so we'll shift gears here a little bit, Paul, and you might have watched our podcast, so you might know what's coming up here. If you could only watch one band or one performance for the rest of your life,
Yes.
living or dead, who do you pick?
I pick Queen.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I like that one. You can kind of see them now, but not Freddie's not there anymore, so it's not the same, is it?
Yeah, Queen with Freddie in it. That's something that I've always sort of thought, wish I could have been at one of his concerts.
Yeah, pretty amazing. So tell us a little bit give us some of the business specifics here. If someone wanted to check you out and see what you're doing and talk about, because we get a lot of people listening to the podcast and maybe haven't seen your business yet, where do they go to see what you're doing?
Oh, we run our Instagram page,
Yep.
which is JFK Interiors Australia. We're not overly active, but we're becoming a bit more active now with the new setup. So we'll be posting more. We also have a LinkedIn page that has quite a few posts, and there's a Facebook page as well that we use.
Yep. And your website, just rattle off your website here for.
It's JFK Interiors Australia.com.au.
And so obviously, if we have some builders, tier one builders watching this, they reach out to you and have a chat. I would guess, hey.
Yeah, definitely. We always get some new faces that we get requests with, and
Yeah.
I always reach out to them if I have the time. And it's good to get some new clients on board.
Yeah. Paul, is there anything that we haven't talked about here today that you wouldn't mind just sort of letting the general public hear or know about your business?
Yes. It's may not know in especially in Melbourne, but Steve and I have also got another business that's in the industry, and we recently purchased that last year. It's called Designer Doors Plus.
Nice.
Thermoform doors, and also run out some flat packs, and so we do tend to work with the smaller cabinet makers and some of the bigger ones. That does work, which that sort of complements both businesses. So we keep them separate, totally separate, but that's something that we want to offer the industry from that perspective, that we can help all cabinet makers with some doors.
So a little bit about that business, is it only thermoform doors? So you order the doors and the panels and parts and bits and pieces and have them shipped out?
A full range of thermoform doors with all the different routes, and then we have people like to order the 2-pack ready doors. So we'll route out some designs, and they send it off to their 2-pack painter, and then we can just do simple stuff like cut and edge with just some pre-finished board.
Oh, nice. So you're not doing the 2-pack, but you will do the routed door, obviously not thermoform it, and then they can send it off to their own painter.
Correct, yes.
Excellent. That's a good industry to be in.
Yes.
I'm just really, really excited about your business because you're the example that we want everybody to kind of see that if they just keep going, they can get to that stage. Congratulations, by the way, on being prepared to take those steps, because, you know, when you take these technology steps, it's a bit of an unknown, isn't it? You don't know if it's going to work or not, for sure.
Yes, well, Steve and I do a lot of research. We visited many factories throughout Australia before we made our final decision. And it's important to get it right because it's a big investment, but we feel like we've made a good decision with what we've done to date.
Yep.
And hopefully keep improving.
Beautiful. Paul, it's been great having you on the show. I think that I reached out to you because I really wanted to highlight your business for everybody in the industry to see what is possible. Too often we hear people say, well, we don't really get the advanced businesses here in Australia. Well, you're evidence that that's not true. Your business, as far as I can see, is world class. You've taken on the same advanced technologies that they might in Europe or some other place like that. But what's really cool about what you've done, I think, is you've made it work for the way that would work here in Australia. You know, an advanced business in Germany works on high volume and high turnover, and that doesn't work here in Australia. So we can't use those overseas models as examples of what would work here, but the technology certainly would.
Well, our last post we did, Bruce, we got compliments from Gruner themselves, and we ended up getting 90,000 views in 4 days.
Yeah.
Basically just went nuts, went into a vortex of people liking and sharing. But it just shows, you're right, it just shows that we can do it here in Australia.
Yeah.
And there's even better stuff that's going to come, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, we just have to do it in a way that works for us here and not use overseas models as our gauge. You know, it's like high volume, it doesn't work here in Australia. We've got to be customized and suit the market. And it certainly appears that that's what you're doing. So congratulations for acknowledging that and making a business suit that. You get the benefits of it. Paul, thanks for joining the show, and we'll chat with you again soon. We'd like to come up and see your business if we get an opportunity.
Yep. Thank you for having me on, and you're more than welcome to come to the factory.
Cheers.
Yes, thank you.